Okay, I'm back.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we wait for.
Yeah, I'll start the screen share again.
Okay, Louis is back too. Good.
All right.
Okay, hello.
Okay, good. No mosquitoes, Louis? What are you getting today?
No, it's actually a little bit colder, but I'm going to mute my microphone because the neighbors are running a tractor.
I see.
That's okay. So we
Stop my
were
video because
just
of bandwidth.
Yeah, sure. We were discussing what were we discussing again?
Again, shifting from a drive to survey mode and how to maybe journal that and how to deal with
that, yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, and then like doing some experiment to see if we can write to 2 files within a few
exactly.
seconds. I think that would be very nice if we can actually do that.
Yes.
Because then we can indeed implement this journal type log as well. I think that would be a great addition.
Or also Jelle, maybe we can, if that doesn't work, you can write to the SIPPF area. There's still a lot of space there. So write a temporary there, and when the log file is finished, then put the journal file back. So
we could, but if it's okay to write to 2 files, we should probably do that, because if
yes, I think so too.
Turn it off and then you lose your whole log file. So that's it's kind of annoying, of course. So yeah, we can do some testing with that. Maybe Rob, if you have time.
Yeah, I can check on that. And the reason for the one file was in the open lock, it only goes at 9,600 baud. It's a serial.
Right.
So it's slow and can only open once and things like that. So.
Well, that was on the Nano. Yeah, it was.
No. We drive directly to the card.
Okay.
It's in the M5 stack. It's not serial.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want me to try?
It goes on the SPI bus, so that's fast.
Is it SPI or is it the 4 the 4 data bit SPI?
It's not I2C. It's SPF.
Yeah, no, because I believe there's a fast SPI standard where you're using 4 data bits in parallel. So
I don't know this one. It could be. So check.
Anyway, do you want me to have a shot at? That's something that's kind of separate. I'm trying to. This is trying to find a way of inserting myself into the development process without getting in Jelle's way.
Wow.
But if you can,
don't say it like that.
Like, Louis, if you can do the file testing, that will be good.
Yeah,
okay,
that would be great. That. Yeah. Like you can try to make the journal file logging as well as the normal file, like drive log. And then we can implement that in the data handlers in the system as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to try. I'm just going to write a little routine that just hammers 2 files and just tries to write to them as fast as possible, and see what comes up with. If that works at full speed, then I'm sure at regular logging speed, it shouldn't be a problem.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. Yeah, then I wanted to, as we started off with the new menu structure, I think it would be very useful to use a menu, especially when you're on the drive screen or the survey screen, that we have the buttons available for functions like start, stop recording, or logging, as well as other, like direct access to upload drive, for example. Like you go to the menu, select upload drive, then you don't have to go to fixed mode and then to upload. if I now think about it, it just doesn't make sense actually. So it would be nice to just have a menu. You select the screen that you want to go to, and then you enter the screen, and then the screen tells you what the next steps are. That's the idea. Yeah, and then for the menu, you can have like a pop over.
Yeah, a moment ago, you're describing kind of a pop down or something.
Drop down, yeah.
Menu. How would that work in terms of then going to select an item?
Yeah, we talked about it. The 2 buttons, you can go one up and down, another one enter.
Yeah, so if we
and a select button.
Let's say this is start, stop, log. This would be something. I'll remove this arrow. Whoops. I want to delete this.
But it's like how to say? I don't know if you ever used it, the the prototype of AirNote. They had something similar that Ray made. So you can go up and down, and then only with 3 buttons you can do anything.
Right.
Kind of.
Yeah, I guess I'm familiar.
The other thing is that to keep in mind is that we have access to a graphics screen, so you can have arrows instead of text legends.
Of course.
It makes it a lot simpler.
Yeah.
Yes,
something like this.
Yes, yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
And then we would have something like this.
That's something they also had on the Onyx.
Like a little overlay with text.
Explanation text, yeah.
Right.
This button does this and this button does that. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you can select, yeah.
And then these menu 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
You would see like one selected, like
highlighted,
yeah, like highlighted, and then you can press the left button to go down, press the middle button to enter that screen, and this one to close this menu.
And in this case, you're thinking going down and then cycle back to the top.
Yes.
That's excessive.
I mean, that's what we can do with 3 buttons, right?
Yeah. No. I mean, I've used many devices that work that way, and once you understand that's how it works, then especially if there's only like 4 items.
Yes, but there also can be long press or double press also. So we have options too in that.
Yeah, we can, but I think it's easier to stick to the basics.
That could be, a way to access, for instance, a shift mode from simple to advanced.
Advanced, yeah. So hold it a long time,
something long press, some kind of tricky thing.
Or if you press very quickly, you can see only the information what the button does.
Yeah.
It's like a mover.
Like some sort of a preview.
Yeah. And if you just really press, then it does.
Trying to figure out what it's doing. What does this do? Yeah, that's worth testing out. Let's do some, user testing and see
if that works.
How that works. Right.
Well, sorry, what? Then
the idea of if you just want to see what does this menu do, what does the button do, and you give a quick press, really quick press, and it just sort of explains what that does. It's kind of like
like a mover.
Text
like
tips,
tool tips or something.
Right.
There's a better word for it.
Yeah.
Oh, we can also if you just have it highlighted, it would also maybe show on the bottom what that screen will do.
Yeah,
maybe that's just easier than having like short press, because then we have to teach the user that a short press will show a little tooltip.
Right.
So might as well just show it right away. I think for the first alpha version that we're trying to release first, of course, it should be simple.
Want basic functionality,
right,
and foolproof, and then we can elaborate.
I think switching to the advanced mode, it could be just a menu option, as well as switching back to simple mode.
And giving a warning. If it's accessible, then you give a warning. Are you sure? And then go ask your mama.
Yeah, or I don't know. We can also first for advanced mode just boot it up and holding a button, and then it will save that it should boot automatically in advanced mode, something like that, so that you can always start it in advanced
I
mode.
can imagine. Okay, not to get too complicated. A preferences setting file that determines what the defaults are when you.
Yeah, that's basically that's what
That's already in place. Yeah.
It's in place.
Okay.
It's already in the, let's say, in the firmware.
People would want to have custom settings for their device, and you know, so yeah, I see. I mean, that's maybe a bit too far gone, but you know, because there's not that many settings to begin with. I can imagine someone wants to have certain display style and a certain, you know, functionality.
Yeah, well, that would be for a next version.
Yeah.
First version will be like the default layouts and everything.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds.
Yeah, first get the functionality going.
Does it make sound?
Yes, it can make sound.
And do you think we would have something like sound feedback for button presses, a beep beep?
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good option.
Yeah.
But we also have like a sound for the Geiger counter sound effect.
A clicky.
Yes.
The clicks.
Click.
Does it use the same sound like hardware, or?
No, I made just a beep, so beep, beep. If you want, I mean, I made tests before, and that works nice. I mean,
Okay.
you can just get the right frequency, and it's very similar.
How about a boot sound?
No.
Like
I've used Apples long enough for not a boot sound.
Well, you can turn it off in the settings.
yes, but not many people do that.
Yeah, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
No.
Choose your boot sound option.
Use your boot sound option.
make your own sound. Your mom is calling.
You can upload a sound file to the SD card, and that will play in the boot.
But actually, we're joking. But here's the thing: this could be fun. I mean, if it's fun to play with, that's a nice thing. So, you know, we don't have to think about this at the moment. But you know, to have Easter eggs, to have little funny things you can do. Of course, that don't, you know, make it more likely to make.
Yeah,
errors.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that would be.
You can have Christmas eggs too.
Of the thing is that it's fun and it's a little hackable and customizable, and you know.
True.
So even put in your own splash screen, you know, with your face or something,
or if you make a special version, you can just share it with other people. That's also very nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the idea of Git. Like you can just fork your own.
That bolsters community. All those things are nice ideas that this enables because it's so
flexible. Yeah.
So flexible, so accessible. So.
And also because of the M5 burner, it's so easy to burn new firmware. Everybody can do that kind of.
Right.
You don't have to be geeky for like a bGeigieZen nano programming. It's like no.
You have to be a little geeky. I mean,
a little bit.
You know, it's hard. It's harder than updating your iPhone apps.
Oh, I don't know about that. I've seen that going wrong many times too.
Well, actually, if you had that, I mean, I don't know. We can talk later, but as long as it's, you know, accessible, if it's accessible to the internet, then think about what functionality for updates, etc., you could implement.
Oh yeah, we can do OTA if we want to. I should stay away a little bit from that, but
I agree. You want to have a little friction there, and a little technical whatever knowledge, but
no, OTA works also on the bGeigieCast. Cast. It's Jelle already implemented it.
Yeah,
and it works nicely.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm thinking once we start thinking about fun stuff, then that's a whole another thing. And if it's able to download things, it could like download interesting drive. Want to see this cool drive someone got, and then it gives you a QR code and you look at their drive. You know, I can imagine a lot of if it's going to become a two-way thing. Maybe we're not thinking two-way, but that sort of thing could be possible.
Yeah. If we like look at the API, it could use some changes. Like some endpoints where we could actually post like interesting drives, like, hey, take a look at this, and then the Zen could connect to that, retrieve data, and see like latest cool drives or cool data collecting things.
So again, maybe this is just not quite on topic, but yeah, if we think of this as an access portal to the API for other things as well, you know, maybe that's interesting. Also, information from Safecast, also interesting. You know, there's a new blog post. So here's the URL for
like Safecast News or something like that on it.
Yeah,
Very
so
short text, and then you can see. And...
maybe thinking too far and making.
No. Better too far than struggle and then fall down.
So think about what sort of things could be, knowing the hazards of getting malware or other issues, you know, but think of what could be downloaded to the device that people want to then access, you know, and of course, because it does give QR codes to access URLs, then, you know, you got this thing and you have your phone, and, you know, it could be a very handy communication device.
Yep. Okay. That sounds cool.
And then I'm thinking emergency scenarios down the road.
What kind of emergencies you can imagine?
Well, you know, let's say there was some kind of accident in Ukraine and people had bGeigieZens, and they're measuring, and then, you know, information comes, you know, please check the latest, you know, here's the latest uploads from this area, and that may help them decide where they want to measure.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Based on location and
for instance,
things like that. Perhaps.
So there's a bunch of, once we start thinking that way, then there's a bunch of possibilities. And again, you know, you don't want to go too far. First thing is to get it measuring in a solid way, measuring and uploading in a solid way. So
yeah, that's the most important part.
But I like thinking, you know, imaginatively.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
One more thing. Do you guys ever use paper prototyping? I mean, I know the advantages of this software, but have you ever done paper prototyping for this kind of thing?
You mean really on paper drawing?
Really on paper?
Like paper cutting out, or paper just drawing?
I used to teach that when I was teaching like iPhone programming. I taught them how to do paper prototyping. Because it gives you a certain tactile interaction with the things, you know. It's simple. You can just imagine Post-its. I mean, you got this and it's for sharing on screen, which is great. But paper prototyping has some advantages.
If you're in a group together physically, you can do that, but not online. It's
you know, just on your own, just to do the here, because anyway, I'm just a very tactile. Well, I'm very
I like that idea. It would be great if there was some. I don't know. Would still be digital in this case, but
Anyway, fine. All right.
Okay. There are other things we have to discuss because I don't have too much time anymore.
Yes. I'm not sure. I think we discussed a lot of good points today.
Yes, I think so. Thank you for your feedback, Azby.
And you saw, no, it's really interesting for me, and it's kind of exciting. I think you saw Rob and I worked on the website, and we'll continue working on it. And I think the landing page is in good shape, and you know, working on the features page to have a easy to understand comparison of Nano and Zen. And then something like, you know, what was the design philosophy? What were we trying to accomplish with this? You know, what problems were we solving? And, you know, what kind of feedback was it based on? Just to make it really clear that this is responding to the community, you know, their requests and their.
You mean the whole bGeigieZen project? Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah,
make that.
so I think that's going to be really good. It's going to be a very informative and interesting page for people. And then the technical information is great. And we can work on the pictures a little more. You know, maybe we have to take some more sexy studio shots. But
I like clean.
What?
I like to keep it clean. Clean and for selling.
In terms of anyway, showing, and we'll probably need to make a diagram. Turn one of those into a diagram, like what are these parts, what are these components, little call outs.
Yes,
and I can eventually do that. You know, this is a GPS, this is a thing. Technical info. Features, we're gonna work on that. The bomb.
Yeah. Oh, that goes to test. Okay, that doesn't work. There's also a dot here after info.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I didn't see the dot.
Yeah, that looks like looks great.
Yeah. So it'll flesh out.
Very cool.
This was an opportunity for Rob and I to have kind of intense discussion of design philosophy, which of course is important. And
this is fixed as well.
How this should work.
Click on it.
Initially, these are going to be, you know, making reservations and how to work that out where it's clear this is just a reservation. So, but I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, the store basically works, and we checked it out.
Except this doesn't work.
Oh yeah, it works.
It should.
Yes.
It should work
for us.
Pick it up. Yeah, and there we go.
But you select
perhaps I'm.
Shields are up.
No.
Shields. Or maybe some ad block. I got all these little thingies.
No, it should do it.
It's taking a while.
Oh, good, we tested it. I've been testing it for a while, and it worked normally. This is Firefox you're using?
I'm using Brave.
Brave.
That's Chrome based.
Yes. No, doesn't seem to go.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, refresh it one more time.
Maybe. Nope.
Nope.
Did I hard refresh? Nope. That doesn't work. Right. Store.
That's good. We encountered it.
Adding to card. Oh, this is also. It's not really adding to cart at this point.
No, you have to go. Right. Oh, no, it's still adding to the cart. I think something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's good to be checked that quickly.
All right. Got them all.
And now you have to go to your cart. You cannot go to your cart.
Where's the card?
Yes,
I want to buy them. Okay.
If you go to the bottom, I think it should automatically show there, but it doesn't show yet. I don't know what happened.
Probably because my cart is empty. I can see if there's some errors. Oh, there's a forbidden. Add to cart. But I still get some.
Yeah, mine still says adding to cart, and there's nothing. There's just a little banner across the photo, but I'm not seeing the cart itself.
Maybe I updated the security too much, so let me check that. That could be my side.
Perhaps, yeah. Actually,
maybe the header.
I think I had this issue with a web store I did a purchase at last week actually, and I couldn't order it. I couldn't add it to my cart in Chrome or Brave, so I used Firefox to do the purchase. But I think it's a similar issue.
Yeah, I think the headers are too secured. I have to figure it out. I'm still researching that and
That's
to get it secured, but also accessible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's something on my list.
Okay, guys. I gotta go.
Yeah, I got to go.
Great conversation. So yeah, continue next time or whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah, next week.
And how's next week for Jelle? Your time?
Next week on Saturday then again, I think.
Okay, so mine Sunday and yes.
My Saturday evening. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Same time.
Yeah, same time.
8 p.m. Japan time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Sunday for you.
I will resend the invite for it.
Yes.
Got it. I put it in already.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Take care. Ciao.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you.
Okay.
Bye.